Hey, I'm Micah Bennett, and this is my story of life change. Before God, my life was very dark, very different. I grew up in a very poor house, a very abusive house. I don't want to get into dirty details. I mean, if you guys ever want to know anything, you're more than welcome to come and talk to me about it. I buried my entire family before my 30th birthday, and because of that, I completely became a selfish man, a selfish teenager, a selfish young man. I did everything I could do to try and kill myself: drugs, drinking, partying, attempted suicide. My mom was very religious despite being a very abusive alcoholic, so God was always in my life no matter what was going on. And so my view of that was very skewed, because how could there be this God while my life is like this, while I'm looking out like a window and everybody else's life was normal. After I buried my mother, everything went downhill for me. I completely became defiant with religion, with God. I had a lot of negative experiences with the church, with judgmental Christians, and so that just furthered my campaign to just completely turn my back on God. And no matter how down and out I got, He was still there for me, it sounds crazy and it sounds made up, but it was completely accurate with my life. And even as the most selfish I became, God was still there for me. And no matter how many people I lost, I still felt that inside of me, like your conscience, your soul, like that little thing inside of you that tells you to be a good person, that a lot of us don't have and a lot of us do have. And I think it was in that moment that I realized that I can go through trying to take my own life, burying so many people close to me, and then just living a life where I just didn't care anymore, that it was going to be, that there was something bigger than myself. The biggest change for me was the fact that He didn't give up on me when I'd given up on myself and everybody else had kind of seemed to fade away, or the people that were close to me had also left. I moved back to Cisco about 6 months ago, mid to late August, and I felt Him speaking to me even when I was completely lost in my own selfishness. And I always wanted to get back into the church and give it another try, despite everything that I had experienced and everything that I had been through. And I never really gave it the true shot. And then through the people that I've met at Mountaintop and just the amazing life that I've been given with Stephanie, it's completely changed my outlook, and it feels really good to live a life that's bigger than myself, and I just really want to be a part of something more. And I want to be a part of change, even on a small scale. And there's a reason why I'm still here, and I'm a good person. And so I really feel like it has a lot to do with that. It's really hard to talk about, it's hard to explain. Like I told the guys in men's group a couple weeks ago, it's easier to make strong children than it is to repair broken men. And that's exactly what I feel like I've been trying to do for myself, and that's just become a really good person, not just be a good Christian. That's of the utmost importance, but I think it all boils down to being a good person, because you can still be a Christian and still not be a good person. And I just want to live a life that's meaningful, and the hardest pill to swallow was accepting the fact that I'm still here and I have a chance and I have a choice to make this life what I want it to be. And that's really it for me. Like if you take anything from this, like if I can see the other side of it, then I know that you can too. And this has been the best 6 months of my entire life. And God has completely shown me how truly amazing He is. And I'm learning how to pray again, which has been really crazy. I didn't realize that praying for patience would be such a test, and I have learned to be really careful with what I talk to Him about and what I ask Him for, and realize that it's bigger than me and will always be bigger than me. And the one thing I've been trying to work on here lately is that when we do talk is to not ask Him for anything, but just tell Him thank you. And not giving up on me when I'd completely given up, like I said before, and just helping me let go of how much anger and resentment and just defiance that riddled my life. And I just want to continue to grow and just become a really good man. Like, I want to inspire other people to go out and just be a change. And that's really all I got to say about it.